Good morning, 5th graders. I'm sorry I'm not here today, but I trust that you will do absolutely fantastic and wonderful and beautiful things because you're amazing 5th graders. So this station is going to test you. It's going to be a little difficult, but I'm sure that you'll succeed and that you'll do absolutely fine. You should have already logged into Actively Learn. Go on ahead and make sure that your My Research tab is open. Okay, you should have at least 3 articles. Okay, you can have more. Some of you have been asking me if you can add more articles, and that's absolutely fine if you have been doing that. In fact, it's probably a good thing because the more that you compare and analyze and annotate and go over, the more of an expert you're going to be on your final essay. For this station, you need a text structure graphic organizer packet. Okay, don't panic. You're not filling out every single one of these. What you're going to do for the next 15 or so minutes after my directions is you are going to play. Okay, this is our second step of pre-writing essentially. Researching is a part of pre-writing. You're brainstorming, you're getting ideas. Okay, we've reviewed the rubric. You know what's expected of you. Oh, which by the way, you should probably try to review that today, okay, while you're playing with this. Okay, but your main goal is to pick an appropriate text structure, which is on the rubric. Okay, so I've printed out an empty version of each of these. Okay, whoops, that one's upside down. Look at that. I don't know if the rest of these are upside down or not. We're going to figure it out. Nope, there we go. Okay, so there's a version of each of these. Okay, you need to, okay, if you don't remember what each of these pictures represent, you need to get out your text structures packet from your RI section to review, and you need to start taking your research and trying to plug it in here. Okay, you need to start plugging it in and seeing which text structure is going to fit best. Okay, if you are doing an event, for example, okay, the Great Depression, and you want to write about what the Great Depression caused. Okay, you were like, okay, this is the Great Depression, and then because of the Great Depression, all these other things happened. Okay, you need to put it in here and say, okay, Great Depression, and then causes. Okay, if it fits in the organization, then you know that you're good to go for cause and effect. Sorry, I keep going off to the side. It's like backwards and hard to remember which direction I need to go. So, I still want to do the Great Depression. So, for example, okay, the Great Depression was a problem. And over here we know solutions go here. Okay, if all my research has been things that happened because of the Great Depression, then I know that it's not going to fit in here. Okay, it is not a problem and a solution structure. Okay, sequence. The only way the Great Depression is going to fit in a sequence. Okay, I can't say the Great Depression happened and then because of the Great Depression happened, A, B, and C happened. Okay, the only way it's going to fit in a sequence is if you tell it in order. So this might work for my project, but I'm going to have to play with the way I'm going to write and make sure that when I write it, then I am writing it in order from beginning to middle to end of what has happened because of the Great Depression. Okay. Description is going to be one that a lot of you are going to want to choose because honestly, it's the easiest. It's not always the most appropriate though, so please make sure you're really taking your time and thinking, okay, is this the text structure I want to use? Okay, the Great Depression, and then facts about the Great Depression. Wait, that doesn't fit my research because I want to talk about what happened because of the Great Depression, so all these little facts aren't going to help me, so maybe description isn't the one I want. Lastly, compare contrast. I only think maybe like 5 of you total will have this one because you have to have 2 topics to compare contrast, and we're really only researching 1. If you want to turn your paper into compare contrast, like for example, you want to do like Franklin Delano Roosevelt versus Herbert Hoover, you could do that, but you're going to have to do some additional research, but it will make a fantastic essay if you choose to do that. Okay, so let me reiterate. You do not have to fill out every single one of these. Okay, I would suggest trying every single one of these, but you're playing. Okay, you're picking an appropriate text structure. When you decide, okay, I know for sure I want to do description, I know for sure I want to do cause and effect, okay, you are going to start organizing your information. Okay, sadly we can't do this digitally, so look at your annotations that you've done for your online research and start transferring some of those things over to your pre-writing on this paper. Okay. Good luck today. I'm sure you will do fine. If you're like Mrs. Rings, I still have no clue what I'm doing, talk to a friend at your table. Okay, Mr. Moore will be wonderfully helpful, I'm sure. He will be good help as well. If you don't think you're doing it right and no one really knows what they're doing on this, just try. Okay, I'm not taking a grade on this, but it is part of the rubric. Okay, and if I see that you've tried and that you've thought about text structure, you get those points. Okay, if you just blow it off, you're going to be sad and I'm going to be grumpy. And nobody likes a grumpy Mrs. Rings. So, good luck. Okay, I'm sure you guys will do wonderfully well.